Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm Chris, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man No Way Home. Certainly a popular topic at the moment, but is it possible that we might have some bad news coming for the most anticipated film of the year, and maybe even the decade, as the rumors are flying left and right about the inclusion of other Spider-Man from different Spider-Man universes, and a huge multiversal inclusion that will pick up where we left off in Loki and no doubtably change the entire future of the MCU. So a lot of different factors are riding on this incredibly huge third installment of Spider-Man in the MCU, and I think Disney and Sony are going to want this to hit just perfectly. Which brings us to the questions and the topic of today's video: where is the trailer, and will Spider-Man No Way Home be delayed because of rising COVID cases, the Delta variant, and other factors that could stop this movie from reaching its total potential in both the box office and in fan viewership when it does first come out? And since this is such an important bridge movie, it appears, for the MCU, for the multiverse, and a lot of first-time appearances of other characters in the MCU, Disney and Sony are definitely going to want this to come out without any problems. So we'll discuss a possible delay in the film and why we haven't gotten a trailer yet in today's video. Be sure to subscribe, guys. We're talking about all major movie and television news. We post daily, so turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the videos that we upload. Also, love for you guys to comment down below what you guys think about the trailer delay. And I know all of you are frustrated and you want this trailer to come out, but do you think it makes sense for Sony and Disney to first be sure that they're going to be able to release this film on time before they drop a trailer, or not? So a lot of people have been talking about the delay in the release of the trailer. Definitely one of the number one discussed things on my Twitter feed, in my YouTube comments, in my DMs, people asking me questions or sending me information about when the trailer is going to come out. And I think the majority of people would probably agree the reason they've been delaying the release of this trailer is because of the big, huge multiverse secret that they don't want anybody to know about. But fun fact, everybody already knows about it. Even if it doesn't have multiple Spider-Man, we know there will be other villains from different universes. The characters, the actors, they have been confirmed by Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx. We know this is happening, and Kevin Feige himself, who never gives us any type of information at all, already pretty much confirmed that as well. When he was asked, he said, why don't you just go ask Alfred Molina? So this is definitely out there. People know the multiverse is going to have some type of effect in anything going on in this film. Hopefully it is as crazy as we've all heard and are hoping for, seeing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and other characters from these universes making a big appearance in the film. That would just be pretty crazy on itself. So that big multiverse secret is the reason why we are all assuming that we haven't gotten the trailer yet. But since everybody already knows about that, I think if that were the case, Sony and Disney would decide, okay, let's actually release this trailer. Let's get people super excited. Let's ride this hype and this wave of all of these people talking about our film for the next 6 months until December rolls around and the movie comes out. That hasn't happened because I don't think Sony and Disney know if this movie will be releasing in December. And it is very possible that we might see another span of delays as the Delta variant of COVID seems to be spreading pretty rapidly. Definitely different parts of the country, the United States, where a lot of different people are suffering again. Hospitals are backed up. A lot of people are getting sick. And I'm not going to talk about the political side of all of that. All I know is if COVID starts to run back up again, movies are going to get delayed. That's the fact of the matter. We know that as soon as one movie starts getting delayed, others are going to start following as well. This is what originally happened with James Bond: No Time to Die, which was the first movie at the beginning of all of this COVID mess to delay itself, and they all soon followed after. And guess what? James Bond: No Way to Die still has not been released, and hopefully will get its release date in November and won't have to suffer any more delays. However, this is a real possibility. And if Sony decides or Disney decides that they're going to delay this film, then a lot of the MCU is going to be pushed back as well, as it seems that this film is a very pivotal moment in the current MCU timeline, and the things that are going to happen will have a huge effect down the road for Multiverse of Madness and other films following after this trend, because the multiverse is the future of the MCU right now, as we learned in Loki, and as we're about to learn in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. On top of that, we do need to realize that Disney and Sony were not planning and haven't up to this point been planning a digital release for the Spider-Man film as well. So they're going to want theaters to be at full capacity, full capability, so that they can just be stuffed full of all of these Spider-Man fans, and we can all watch together as the craziness of the multiverse, the Spider-Verse, all unfolds on the big screen. It is a very difficult situation right now. A lot of people, I know for a fact, don't feel safe going to the theaters just yet. A lot of you guys have told me in the comment section you haven't been to the theaters to see any movies yet, and that you're sad and you miss it, but you've been enjoying being able to watch things on Disney Plus Premiere, for example, or on HBO Max, and those are opportunities that we're grateful to have, we're lucky to have. However, they do affect the box office in a pretty negative way. If we look at Suicide Squad, it isn't struggling, but it's definitely not doing what you would expect a film of this caliber to be doing during a non-COVID era. So yes, COVID has definitely affected the box office for that film, as well as the ability for people to go and watch it on HBO Max the same day it releases. Now in 2022, HBO Max has worked out a deal with several different movie theaters that they will not release same day, but 45 days after the original release date, then they will put their movies on HBO Max. Now that's exclusively HBO Max that has made that deal, but it is for the survival of theaters and for the box office release, which has taken a huge hit in COVID. And these are all things that are currently being appreciated or paid attention to as Disney and Sony decide what is going to happen with this Spider-Man movie. I do believe that this movie has the legs and the potential to be the biggest movie of all time, and it is in an unfortunate time period when it is releasing because it is going to have a huge major effect on potentially the original release of this film. It's not going to affect the quality or how cool the film is, but when people don't feel comfortable to go to the theaters and they aren't playing this on a digital release, because that's not the plan up to this point, then we're going to have to wait and see if they plan on delaying it until we get a better wrap on the idea of this Delta variant. So the question really is, will Sony and Marvel delay, and what are the effects of the delay? And is that the reason we haven't gotten the trailer? And I wholeheartedly believe that that is in fact the reason. It has nothing to do with preserving the secret of the multiverse. It has nothing to do with making sure everybody has talked about it enough before they give us the trailer. I honestly believe they're just waiting to see if they will be able to drop the movie in December, or if they're going to have to push it back 6 months or so in order to allow more people to go to the theaters, experience this film, and for it to be as big as it truly has the capability to be. Super, super sad and disappointing news, but hopefully we'll get some more information at CinemaCon really soon. Sony has a few hours there, and if we don't get a first sneak peek of the film, maybe we will get a trailer, or at the very least an update where they will tell us they may actually end up rescheduling the release, or they may reschedule the release at that time. I would imagine if it were to get a new release date, it would be Sony that would be revealing it, and since Sony has this huge block of time at CinemaCon, they'll either share a moment of the film, I think, not the trailer, but a sneak peek of the film. Obviously there'll be no cameras, and it would be extremely difficult for a leak to happen, but we can get accounts. And then on top of that, maybe we'll get a little bit of news that they will be rescheduling, or we'll just have to continue waiting in the dark until either a trailer drops or they reschedule the film. Let me know your guys' thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Obviously, it would be annoying if this would happen, but does it at least make sense to you why we are still waiting for a trailer? Thank you guys so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you're going to help, useful, or entertaining, be sure to subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.